Welcome to the Tatum Christian Variety Show, brought to you by Tatum Creative. Your host, Nicholas Tatum, is ready to have fun with you.
Greetings and God bless. Every episode starts with a trivia. The trivia will be answered at the end of the show to give you time to think it over and see if you can get it right. Without further ado, here is your trivia.
Who am I? I carried a cross for Jesus when he was too weak to continue. I wasn't expecting to help the Messiah that day. Who am I?
Oh my, that light is blinking again. I guess it's time to check my voicemails.
Voicemail messages. You have one new message. Press 1 to listen. Press.
Hi there, good old Nickel Doodly-Doody-Doo. This is Noah. I'm just calling you because I'm bored. On board this ship. I'm just kidding. I really meant bored. We've been on this ship for days now. It's still raining. I need some excitement. Hey, some of the small animals have started coming up missing and no one on the ship will admit to taking them. We searched all over and we can't find hide nor hair of them. But that's about as exciting as it gets on this voyage. Oh, and another exciting thing that happened, we lost one of the bigger snakes early on in the voyage. Now, whenever we're walking around, we all keep our eyes peeled to the ground so that we don't accidentally walk on it. He was pretty big, so we also sleep in shifts so that we can watch each other's back, you know? I'm sure we'll find them all eventually. I mean, there's only so much space on the ship and there's nothing but water outside. They're bound to turn up somewhere. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, but I'll probably be calling you back soon. I'm pretty bored.
Message complete. To hear the message again, press 1. To delete the message, press 2. To skip this message, press 3.
Now it's time for Holy or Common. This is the part of the show where you have 10 seconds to determine whether the phrase I give you next is in the Bible or if it's just a common saying. Here we go. God works in mysterious ways. Is it in the Bible? This is not in the scripture. This comes from a hymn by William Cowper in 1773. The Bible does teach God's wisdom is beyond ours, but this phrase is not in the Bible.
The views expressed in this program do not necessarily represent the views of CWC Digital Radio Network.
Greetings and God bless and welcome to the program. I'm your host, Nicholas Tatum, and I'm here to have fun with you. And you might learn a little something if you listen to my... Wait a second. I won't be rambling today. Instead, we'll listen to the Deep Dive, an interview on Chapter 8 of Jesus Freak the Reluctant Hero. Enjoy!
Ever have that feeling? Like there's something you're really meant to be doing?
Oh, yeah, that little pull towards something else, something different from the day-to-day grind.
Exactly. Maybe it's a hobby. Maybe it's a whole new direction. Well, today we're doing a deep dive into that exact feeling, but with a bit of a twist.
A pretty significant twist, actually. We're not talking about finally clearing out the garage or, writing that novel.
No.
Our focus today is on a world where superheroes, they're real, they exist.
Right, but we're not really focused on the capes and the flying, are we?
Not the main thing, no. We're looking at Chad. He's just, an ordinary married guy. But he's wrestling with something huge. He believes God. Genuinely called him to be a superhero.
In the middle of everyday married life? Imagine that. Saving the world Tuesday night, then Wednesday morning it's... honey, where's my meteor hammer? Right next to, did you take the pins out?
Totally. So we're going to explore, his slightly awkward morning chat with his wife, Karen, who seems very perceptive, by the way.
Yeah.
Then there's this really revealing phone call with his pastor. Lots of code words, some surprisingly direct advice.
And Chad's own head, just that internal battle about telling Karen his secret. Plus the first kind of clumsy call to action he gets.
And what makes this whole thing grab you, even with the superhero backdrop, is how incredibly human it all feels. It's relatable.
Definitely.
We're talking faith, sure, but also duty, communication, or lack thereof in relationships, trying to line up what you want with what you feel you should be doing.
So our mission for you listening, let's explore these messy, complex bits. faith, duty, talking to the people you love, even if you're not expecting God to call you about fighting crime in the lawless zone.
The lawless zone. Yeah, let's see what resonates, even without the superpowers.
Okay, so that morning scene really sets it up, doesn't it? Chad comes in, all smiles.
And Karen, who just knows him so well, immediately picks up on it. Someone has been praying this morning, huh? Just like that.
Yeah, and Chad tries to deflect, right? Suggest maybe a quick workout instead.
But she sees right through it. She points out, what he's wearing, the fact he's definitely not sweaty. It's gentle, but it kind of highlights that he's hiding something, doesn't it?
It does. It shows this little gap opening up between his inner life and what he's sharing. Even tiny details matter.
Mm-hmm. And he does admit it. Says he was praying, feels better.
And Karen's reaction is just lovely, actually. I notice you've been a little down lately. I'm glad God helped you find peace.
Yeah, she clearly cares. She senses his mood, even if she doesn't know the full reason for it.
That connection is there.
Absolutely. And they have this hug, this little moment before he has to take this important phone call. And it really shows the love there.
Which makes the secrecy feel even heavier,
Exactly. Because his choices aren't just about him. They affect her directly.
So that leads straight into this call with his pastor. And this is where it gets really interesting.
Oh, yeah. Chad's using code words, calls it his little project, obviously trying to be careful in case Karen overhears.
And the pastor, his first reaction is kind of funny. He jumps straight to thinking Chad's found some actual crime.
He's all excited.
Yeah.
And then he makes that joke about Chad being a crime repellent, mentions the lawless zone. It sort of grounds you in their slightly strange reality.
It does. But then the tone shifts, right?
Right. The pastor gets serious, asks Chad point blank, have you ever considered maybe this path isn't actually for you?
Wow, that's direct.
It's proper pastoral guidance, isn't it? Challenging Chad's assumptions instead of just, cheering him on blindly. It's a good reminder. Actually, even strong feelings need a reality check sometimes.
But Chad digs in. He insists, no, I know this is from God. I've had confirmations.
Multiple confirmations, he says. And he talks about feeling down before, like he was wasting his time just looking for trouble on his own terms. You feel his frustration there.
And what God supposedly told him is key, isn't it?
Super key. It wasn't don't be a hero. It was you were doing it wrong. Yeah, like he was looking for heathens, quote unquote, based on his own ideas, not waiting for specific instructions from God. It shifts from Chad's initiative to needing divine guidance, active listening.
So it's about discernment, not just jumping in.
Precisely. And Chad gets this sudden realization like, whoa, I could have gotten seriously hurt going out there unprepared without actual direction.
You can almost hear the pastor's relief mixed with worry. Praise the Lord.
Totally. And then the pastor brings up another crucial point. If this is a real calling, it might mean being always on duty, not just when Chad feels like it.
Which throws his whole life, his marriage, into question.
Exactly. Which leads to the question.
Have you told Karen yet?
Bingo! And you feel the conversation shift again. Concern for Chad's relationship, not just the mission.
The pastor nails it, doesn't he? Saying the coded language on the phone reflects the lack of openness at home. Calls it a dangerous game.
It really is, because withholding big stuff, even if you think you're protecting someone, it just eats away at trust, creates distance.
Chad tries to justify it. Doesn't want to worry her, especially since he hasn't exactly succeeded at anything yet.
Which is human. You get it. But the pastor pushes back gently, points out the risk is actually higher now. What if he does run into trouble? What if she finds out an emergency? The trust damage.
Yeah, that benefit versus risk thing. It seems to land with Chad.
You can sense him wrestling with it, but he agrees. You're right. I have to tell her soon as possible, even though you know he's dreading it.
And the pastor's like, good choice.
Yeah.
Almost breathing a sigh of relief for him.
But Chad, being Chad, immediately tries to find an out. Brings up Abraham waiting for years.
Looking for a loophole.
Exactly. And the pastor shuts that down quick. Says Abraham acted immediately when he got instructions. It's about timely obedience, not dragging your feet.
Good point.
The pastor offers to pray for him when he goes out, which is supportive, but then Chad hangs up.
And now he actually has to do it. Talk to Karen. Which leads to some pretty dramatic internal scenes.
Oh, those imagined conversations. They're brilliant. So revealing about his anxiety.
The one where he just announces it and she immediately wants a divorce.
Or the romantic dinner that ends with her having some kind of explosive superhuman reaction and he pictures her tombstone.
It's over the top, but it perfectly captures that catastrophic thinking we all do when we're scared of a difficult conversation.
Absolutely. You exaggerate the worst possible outcome. It's a way our fear manifests, often stopping us from just doing the thing.
He tells himself, surely things can't go that bad. But he's terrified they might.
And then procrastination station. He sees Karen, happy washing dishes.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Suddenly, the knives in the sink look dangerous. Her good mood seems too fragile to break. Perfect excuses.
It's so relatable, finding any reason to put off something uncomfortable just to keep things pleasant for a bit longer, protecting his own image, maybe.
Totally. He lands on, just enjoy Karen's good mood, but be sure to tell her as soon as he finds a good time.
The mythical good time that never quite arrives. We've all made that bargain with ourselves, haven't we?
Definitely delaying the inevitable unease.
While all this is going on in Chad's head, we get this little cutaway, don't we?
Yeah, a quick peek into the lawless zone. Some criminals planning a burglary to impress a gang leader.
Sets the stage, maybe, for what Chad might face later, but it's separate from his immediate problem.
Exactly, as a layer of tension, knowing that world is out there waiting.
And then, boom, movie night, cozy couch time. And Chad feels the call.
What he thinks is the call from God, yeah. And his first reaction, so human. Can I just finish the movie first?
Even divine callings have to wait for the credits sometimes.
But then he has that moment of doubt, doesn't he? Is this really God, or am I just, stressed out and anxious?
That's crucial too. How do you tell the difference between real guidance and your own internal noise? Especially when you kind of don't want to do the thing being asked.
It's a constant challenge, but he gives in. Nevertheless, your will be done.
Yeah.
Reluctantly.
And then, the big reveal. Or, well, sort of.
Sort of is right. It's incredibly awkward. He tells Karen God's calling him for his special project.
And uses the dojo as an excuse to go grab his gear.
While Karen just assumes he's going off to pray somewhere quiet, the communication gap is just vast at this point.
She has no idea he's packing a meteor hammer and a costume. He's grabbing his tools of the trade.
There's this frantic secret energy as he gathers his stuff, hides it.
He calls the pastor quickly. Yep, I'm going out. Then back to Karen.
And gives her this ridiculously vague line about going somewhere I know not of to work on the new project.
Oh, Chad. You can just imagine Karen thinking, okay.
But her response, it's actually brilliant, really strategic.
What'd you say again?
She says, one day you're going to have to fill me in on this project if God will let you.
Ooh, smart.
Isn't it? She's not pushing him right now, but she's acknowledging something's up, and she's clearly stating she expects answers. Eventually. She gives him space, but sets a boundary for transparency later. Shows real strength, I think.
Definitely. So he agrees, gives her a quick kiss, and bolts.
And he's out the door, leaving us right there with Chad's core conflict hanging in the air.
Yeah, that massive tension between this divine mission he feels and his actual life, his responsibilities, especially his relationship with Karen.
It really boils down to something we all face, doesn't it? How do you share the big, scary, maybe even unbelievable truths with the people you love? Especially when it could disrupt everything.
And you see the risks of not communicating honestly, acting on assumptions, the importance of getting clear guidance. It's all tangled up with faith and just, well, being human in relationships.
Absolutely. That need for honest, open communication, it's just fundamental. Keeping Karen in the dark, whatever his reasons, it's building a wall between them. Potential for real hurt there.
So maybe the takeaway thought for you, listening, how do you figure out your own sense of purpose? Whatever that looks like in your world, ordinary or, slightly less ordinary.
And maybe more importantly, how do you handle those tough conversations when your path, your beliefs, bump up against the lives and feelings of the people closest to you? Think about those moments, that internal conflict, the weight of responsibility, big or small. What's the balance between your own conviction and the reality you share with others?
That's all for now. I really hope you enjoyed it. Come back next week where Chapter 12 will be the focus of the deep dive. It's important because Karen finds out the secret that has been hidden from her all this time. How do you think she'll respond? Find out next week. Hey, if you enjoyed any portions of this show, you might find yourself interested in my book series. The Jesus Freak book series is a 4-book series that'll help you get deeper in your faith through story and action. You can find out more about it at www.officialjesusfreak.com. And you can also reach me at info@officialjesusfreak.com. Be sure to use TCVS or Tatum Christian Variety Show as the subject line. Until next time, trust God with the impossible and live your faith boldly. Here's the answer for your trivia today. I'm sorry that I kept you waiting, but let's see how you did.
Who am I? I carried a cross for Jesus when he was too weak to continue. I wasn't expecting to help the Messiah that day. Who am I? The answer is Simon of Cyrene.
Did you get the answer right? This has been the Tatum Christian Variety Show, brought to you by Tatum Creative. Your host, Nicholas Tatum, wants you to have a blessed week.